Hey everybody, Just Sports with John. Make sure you go on to YouTube and subscribe and like the videos. And also make sure you go on to Facebook and join up to the Facebook group Just Sports with John. So that being said, let me get today's topic. So breaking news, the Rams are trading Brandon Cooks to the Texans. So here we go again, Texans involved in another trade. And the trade is that Brandon Cooks is going to be going to the Texans, and the Texans are going to be giving the Rams a second round pick. And in part of the trade, the Texans are also getting a fourth round pick, but in 2022 from the Rams. So Brandon Cooks, fourth round pick in 2022 to the Texans, and the Texans are giving a 2020, this year's draft, second round pick to the Rams. So, it's kind of interesting the Rams giving up Brandon Cooks, but I mean, they got Robert Woods, and they'll probably draft another receiver. They need to be clearing some cap, so this is probably a pretty good pick for the trade for the Rams, because I believe Cooks was coming up on a contract, I think in the next year or two anyway. So they go ahead and get a pick for him. Texans they get the receiver, but nowhere near the level of which Hopkins was. Plus, they also end up giving a second round pick, which, I mean, you would think you're trying to build a team around Watson. They still need a running back, and they don't. It's not as big a dynamic receiver, and he still needs offensive line protection and stuff. So, not sure. Texans just, who knows what they're doing, but it's what happens when you let a coach run as a GM, it seems. So that's that. Anyway, so on the NFL draft stuff, so it's pretty big. NFL draft going virtual, all virtual. Every team's going to have to be using their phone, using their email, using whatever software they're going to be doing. And because of this, some coaches, I think the Ravens, John Harbaugh, Andy Reid, Seahawks organization, and not just the coaches, but some of these organizations, they've raised some concerns over the safety of it. But I'm like, look, you're an NFL team. You can afford all the freaking safety software and IT people. Like, just like Tori Vincent was kind of saying, is like, stop it, just stop it. Do kind of what you need to do. I mean, yeah, you're at home, but you can get everything set up there. Your teams can afford it, so go and do it. Come on. So there were some concerns about that. Also, along with that, the NFL and Troy Vincent, they were trying to talk about being concerned about all the frontline workers, all the people who are in the hospitals and whatnot, being on the front lines and fighting this thing. So what the NFL is going to do is make the NFL draft a 3-day fundraiser. And it's going to be featured on ABC, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and NFL Network. And so what they're going to do, they selected 6 different organizations: the Red Cross, the CDC Foundation, All of Us, Feeding America, Meals on Wheels, Salvation Army, and the United Way. They're going to take all those organizations, are going to be supported over the 3 days. I'm not exactly sure if just every one of them every 3 days, or I'm not sure what the details yet. I'm sure we'll find out more as it goes along, but I think it's a great idea. I mean, all these organizations are national, all across the country, and even the world, but the focus here for America. So they're going to be giving back to communities on that, and each one obviously does a little bit different things. So I think that's really great in that regard. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, and how that goes about. And also, I know that I think they said there's 58 athletes that are going to be invited on the being shown virtually somehow. So we, as fans, we'll still get to see some of the more prominent athletes that will go in the top of the draft. And so that'll be interesting, probably with their families and whatnot, and showing the celebrations, interviews, things like that. So it'll be different, but I think it'll be, unique to see how this all gets pulled off and see what teams pick. And I'm really interested to see what trades may happen or may not happen, how much more difficult that may make things. But as somebody who would love to work like in an NFL front office eventually, like, I can't imagine that. I think if you're a good team and a good organization that does the draft well, you you already have an idea about who you want, where you want, your ABC, and even so forth plans. So, I mean, I think these teams that draft well will do really well in this draft, and the teams that don't, probably gonna hurt even more on that. But that's, it should be a good communicating organization anyway. So, anyway, a little bit longer video today, but thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, and don't forget to join up in the Facebook group Just Sports with John. See you guys.